Hello artists. Today we are going to be finishing our self-portraits. If you do not get them done during art time, then you will sit on the sidewalk outside at recess today and finish them on the sidewalk before you go play. Last time we were together, we already sketched this half of your face with pencil. If for some reason you are not finished sketching the details of this side with pencil, you need to spend only 5 minutes finishing that. The next step is going to be tracing over your pencil lines with marker. Now there can be several different colors of a basketball, but the most traditional color is orange. So if something is supposed to be a particular color, I want you to use that particular color, otherwise it might not look quite right. If there is something about your art that is supposed to be white, you can use a gray marker to trace those areas. And then when we color it in with crayon later, you just won't fill it in. You will just leave the gray outline for anything that is supposed to be white. Don't color anything in with the markers. Just slowly and carefully trace over all of your pencil lines. If there is something that doesn't have to be a particular color, for instance, I'm tracing numbers here, I can just pick what my favorite color is to trace it. You can also do that same thing when it comes time to trace your chin and your neck. If there's no particular color that you have to use, you can simply pick any colors that you like. When you're finished tracing everywhere else with marker, be sure to use a black marker to retrace your name and class at the bottom of your paper. That's what it looks like when I'm finished tracing with marker. A good artist puts away one supply before they get out another one. Go ahead and erase just this side of your face, getting rid of all of the pencil lines. Wipe your crumbs off the table onto your paper and throw those away in a trash can. Now that we have drawn what we look like, I want you to tell me some things about you. On the board, there are 2 sentences. One of them says, I am a good leader because, and the other one says, the most important thing to me is. If you cannot see those sentences and how to spell, you can go move closer when you're copying those down, and there are some clipboards on the floor that you can use to help you. Using one color of marker, the only 2 I would not choose are pink and yellow. You'll find out why later. What you are simply going to do is start putting those sentences down on this corner of your paper. If you're a boy, you'll start the sentence really close to your neck, but since us girls have long hair, we're gonna start next to our hair. Down in the left-hand corner, close to where your name is. All I want you to do is copy that first sentence. I am a good leader because, work around all of your details, work around your hair. I am a good leader because. Now I want you to finish the sentence. It could say, I am a good leader because I help my mom do the dishes. I am a good leader because I help wash the cafeteria tables. I am a good leader because I set goals and then go, period. So I want you to think of what makes you a good leader. You finish the sentence for yourself. After that, leave a finger space for your next sentence. It says on the board, the most important. Now I've run out of room. All I have to do is go back to the beginning where I started. I'm out of room there too, but I have room here. So the sentence starts on this side, but now I'm going to continue like a rainbow across my head. The most important thing to me is my, gotta jump over, family and God, period. Now I have one problem now. I have a little bit room left over to finish filling in sentences. Boys, you're gonna have more room to fill in since you don't have this long hair down here. You can tell me anything else about you that you want me to know. It could say, my favorite sport is basketball. My favorite candy is Nerds. My favorite thing to do at home is play video games. You can tell me anything about yourself. If you cannot think of sentences to write, I have this worksheet up on the front counter underneath the TV, and I have made this for my younger kids, but you can use it as a guide. So the first sentence literally says, I have blank sisters. If I don't know what else to write, I can give myself a finger space and say, I have, jump around, 2 sisters, period. I could go on to say the next sentence. I have blank brothers. You could start and say, I have this many brothers. Now, I don't have any brothers, so I might have to skip over some of them, but you've got 13 choices here. If you can't think of more sentences to write on your own, choose these sentences to help you fill in the blanks. I now don't have any more room in the background of my paper, so I am done writing my sentences. Now you're going to use a texture plate, and it goes underneath your paper. We have some unwrapped crayons in cups. I only have enough cups for you to share with your shoulder buddy, but I have enough texture plates for everybody to have their own. When you're doing this, since it's your project, you pick your 2 favorite colors. The only color I would recommend you not using is black. Now, when you use an unwrapped crayon, you don't pick it up and color with it. You let it lay flat and you pinch it like a crab. We rub, and you're gonna rub really, really hard. You can kind of hear how hard it is. And what's happening is the texture from the plate is showing up on the background of my paper. I'm trying very carefully not to get it in my hair or my skin. When you're done with your first color, go ahead and put your second color right on top, and the 2 colors kind of blend together. And that's what it looks like after you add texture to just the background. Now get out regular crayons. Dump them out like we always do. And now you've reached the easiest part of the project. All we have to do is start coloring. Remember, color ooh la la and do a good job, and just color match. So for instance, since I traced my face with pink, I'm gonna go through the background of my entire face and color it with pink. Where the 2 line up, it's a really good idea to fold your paper in half so that you're not accidentally getting these colors on the other half of your paper. Remember, if something's supposed to stay white, you don't have to color it at all. And that's what it looks like when you're finished coloring this half of your face with crayon. Play I Spy with your paper, check it over, and make sure that you've actually covered everything that you should have covered. Remember to clean up. This is what it looks like when you're all finished with your self-portrait. Today, we traced this half with marker. We wrote our sentences in the background. We used a texture plate to do a texture rubbing in the background, and then we used regular crayons to finish coloring in our face. Make sure your name and class is traced with black marker. Anybody who did not finish during art class time today, I will see you at the beginning of recess on the sidewalk to finish during lunch recess. Good job today, artists.